All right, so you know, I got to see something. I was about to start over again, but oh, that's the reflection. Yeah. I'm like, no, wait a minute. That house. When I first moved here, I, I was in the. Oh yeah, that is the reflection. Yeah, I thought it had a window on the other side. You know, like if my house would have had a window right there or something. I'm like, wait a minute, why do you got two? But I'm like, no, it don't, because like I said when I first moved here. But see, he kept doing. I don't know. You couldn't be cool with him. You know, he who I call Scooter Boy. So we be in there kicking it for a minute, but it just everything was just turning crazy, and I thought I was used to crackheads. Seriously, like I said, my homeboys in Birmingham, we could sit and talk all day. That's why, when it was like I had been there a week and whatever, I thought it was the same. I'm off subject, but I'm just saying I thought it was, I'm like we could sit all day long, all night, you know, but everything was, started getting everything is an argument about this and that, and I know this, and you don't know this. Yeah, trying to. I'm like, I don't. It's what that's all right. Whatever, I'm done. Because that's all. I'm like, no, you just. He kept trying to get back cool, but I'm like, no, man. Whatever they told you to do, just forget it. Forget it. You know. But anyway, back to the Elon speech. Oh yeah, the other one. I was on the other phone.
Have a good, proper election if there's no ID. It's just meaningless. And free speech. Free speech is the bedrock of democracy. And if people don't know what's going on, if they don't know the truth, how can you make an informed vote? You must have free speech in order to have democracy. That's why it's the First Amendment. And the Second Amendment is there to ensure that we have the First Amendment.
And see, that's why you like Elon, because he says the old jokes. They're not old, but that's a fact. But that's obviously that's not a historical fact. It's a modern day joke. A T-shirt basically. Yeah, that's a T-shirt. You know, and Eli's only a couple of years older than me. I think. Yeah, like I said he's born in '71. Like Pop. But
President Trump must win to preserve the Constitution. He must win to preserve democracy in America. Yes. This is a must-win situation. Must win. So I have one ask for everyone in the audience, everyone who watches this video, everyone in the live stream. There's one request. It's very important. Register to vote. Okay, and get everyone you know and everyone you don't know, drag them to register to vote.
All right, great speech from Elon Musk. Don't let his public speaking skills fool you, because he gave you the bottom
I mean, like I said, that's what I thought when I first was listening to it this morning. He's not a good speaker, but he don't need to be. He's not a politician, and his position that Trump will appoint him to is not. He don't have to. He's not. That's not his job. Like that, to deliver briefings
Line.
or at least the briefing will be to a small group, not the public.
Right? Trump's got to win. The Democrats are trying to get rid of free speech. We know this because we know Hillary Clinton's been on the warpath. John Kerry's been on the warpath. Kamala Harris has been on the warpath. The administration did censor people. We know this already, okay? Secondly, the Democrats clearly want to pass laws to take guns away. Now, they had their fancy way of framing that, but essentially they do want to do that. They definitely want men and women's sports. They definitely want puberty blockers for kids. They definitely want people to not have to show an ID to vote. We know this, but we got to show an ID for everything else. And we know that they've opened the border and brought in countless illegal immigrants for cheap labor and to win elections in the future. So, yes, Trump needs to win. And I love how he ended it by saying something really simple. Fight, 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 and vote, vote, vote. And that brings me to this question. Are you registered to vote? Especially if you're in a swing state. If not, go to the link in the description below this video. Get yourself registered. Show up with your friends and your family and elect Trump to be the next president of the United States. And also, if you're getting value from this video, do me another favor. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel. If you want to support us further, in that same description below, you can grab yourself a t-shirt or buy us a cup of coffee. Now, of course, we know what's coming after this event took place. We know that the media is about to lose it. They're definitely going to come for Elon Musk at this point. They're going to do a couple of more hit pieces on him. And of course, MSNBC, they are the first in line to react to this rally. In fact, their followers got so upset at them for broadcasting this rally live. And here's just a clip of their insanity.
Wait, who?
They are the first in line to react to this rally. In fact, their followers got so upset at them for broadcasting this rally live, and here's just a clip of their insanity.
And sort of Lena, to David's point.
What is that with them with these trailers? These trailers, I don't get what is the trailer supposed to symbolize for Wiccans, devil worshippers? What are these? No, trust me, if I notice something and something is shown to me, it's not just normal, I'm driving along, or they driving up and down the street. Discernment. Yeah, what are these trailers supposed to symbolize to these witches? What is this supposed to do? Why? I don't know. What is this supposed to symbolize?
This is a minority movement, and yet, the race is close. You look at national polls, you look at battleground state polls. It is close within the margin of error. I'd love your reaction to Donald Trump's speech, but also your thoughts on that aspect of this campaign.
It was a really strange speech, Jonathan. It's always surreal to sit and watch Donald Trump, and I think they were.
They really think this is going to get voters, change people's minds and hearts with this. It's really weird. Trump is really weird. It's strange speeches. How was it strange? Or either you're telling on yourself that you think the truth is strange. Yeah, the truth to them is strange. Why would he tell the truth? That's weird. They've been saying that. It's weird. Think about people's emotions. It don't matter if they're gonna, get themselves, taken out. Don't tell them the truth. Just it doesn't matter if they're doing something very fucked up and unsafe. Just make them feel good before they get all mangled up. Let them just keep doing it that way. Messing with that machine like that. Don't say anything. That's weird. Don't tell the truth.
attempts to try to connect with people on an emotional level and to try to have empathy for the people who were harmed and who lost their life, but he fails in every single way possible. And when he goes off the prompter and attacks Democrats, speculating that they had something to do with what happened to him, that's when he becomes the person that is so dangerous for the future of our democracy. The reason why this race is close is because it is a cultural movement, but also because this is a movement grounded in white supremacy. This is a movement grounded in the idea that America should...
They still got these stupid house niggas and mammies talking about this white supremacy. If it's like, bitch, if you don't shut the fuck up, it's not even shut up because speak quiet. No, it's like we're tired of it. Where's her boyfriend? So he can stick his dick in her mouth so she can shut the fuck up. Damn, nobody wants to hear that shit no more. It's over. It never worked. It wasn't true the first time. It's over. And shut up, ho. Damn. Oh, this is white supremacy shit.
Be one way when in this current moment our demographics are shifting to a more diverse, multiracial democracy. And there are people in this country who do not want to see that future take shape. And about half of the country does not participate in politics. So what we have is a split of that other half. And unfortunately for us, that means that we have elections that are this close.
All right, now before you lose your mind, because I know what we just heard was as deranged as you can get, okay?
Exactly.
And, we have another video drop.
Complete bullshit. Like you said, before you lose your mind, because exactly, what she said was complete bullshit.
Elections that are this close.
All right, now before you lose your mind, because I know what we just heard was as deranged as you can get, okay? And we have another video dropping just exposing why MSNBC does this in the first place, okay? So anyways, white supremacy. So that means me as a black man, I am supporting white supremacy because I want to vote for Trump. That means that Elon Musk is a believer of white supremacy. That means RFK Jr., a Kennedy, is a supporter of white supremacy. That means Tulsi Gabbard is a supporter of white supremacy. Vivek Ramaswamy, and a multitude of other people that have come out and supported former President Trump. Now, you guys know me. I'm always going to try to be truthful. I'm going to bring you the facts. And the one thing I just have to address in this video is that deranged statement that the MAGA movement is rooted in white supremacy. If there are people watching this that do believe that, then this next clip I'm going to show you is really going to piss you off, because I think this proves the opposite. There was a person that actually passed out during the speech. This happens because clearly they've been waiting for a very long time. It's hot, etc. And watch what the crowd did when this took place. Yeah, so Trump had to stop because the person passed out. Everybody started to sing the national anthem, right, to pass the time. And these are the type of people that, support Donald Trump. So are all these people supporters of white supremacy? If you were a white supremacist, would you be doing that? We can go on and on, but I'm going to wrap up this video here shortly about all the reasons why Trump is not a white supremacist and why this movement isn't either. It's not even worth trying to argue with people, because if someone truly believes that,
they don't believe it, it's not worth arguing with them, because they don't believe it. They know what they're doing. They're playing games. And, like I said, we'll see. We got 30 days now, 29 days. We'll see it 29 days. It's just like we keep talking. I just keep on talking, keep on doing the dumb shit. You know, and normally for them, I would have forgotten. In 30 days, I'm going. I would have, but they gonna keep on and on and on, and remind me in 32 days. So yeah, that's why it's not worth talking. Their brain on it. It's not even they believe it. Like they know better. They not stupid. Like like I said, where I'm from, nigga, it's a phrase, nigga, you ain't stupid. You know exactly. That's why nigga get jumped on and fucked up. Cause he ain't stupid, nigga. You ain't said. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no, you can't talk your way out of it. Cause what you did, and they know that you're not stupid. And it ain't even about a college education, all that. We ain't talking about these Democrats. It's just fucking way better. That this shit is elementary. Yeah, just took that one finger. 29 days. Now we're in the 20s. 29 fucking days to the election. So depending on how they try to do the counting and all that, whatever. Here's another one. I mean, for me, Magic never been like in '91, the Lakers, whatever. What was that? EA Sports. I'm talking about the old back on like Sega Genesis, '91, '92 with Bulls. But back to one where you had to get in the right spots and it had like special moves. Like Tom Chambers, you get dunk from the 3-point line. He just take off for the 3-point line, and he's double pumping. Jordan had, he had the under the rim, baseline. So as we're playing two player, we'd all try to do these different moves. Karl Malone had some, kind of lame shit. That mailman delivers shit dunk. I think Barkley had anyway. And Magic ain't have no moves. So, as a teenager, and I really wasn't into sports that much anyway, but I'm trying to learn to play like them. Uh, my homeboys, that's back then when you all had to be together to play, and if you lost, we make the quarters short, like 2 minutes, so you had to make the game the shortest, unless the two serious players were playing, and we let them play, the whole full game, and we just watching. But if all of us playing passing the stick, whatever, it's like a Saturday, we still in the back cave, and we would you gotta you play you lose, you gotta pass the stick, and whoever keep winning is it's just like Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter back then. You gotta pass the stick. We no online obviously in 90, 91, 92, 90, but we we be going, going at it. Magic, you get the Lakers back then, you would, at least just use him for 3-pointers and lay all that shit. But Magic is like because really who they have in like 90 anyway. But they got Magic trying to brainwash niggas for Kamala, and like I said, when Magic got sick, as far as the education goes, what I learned in health class, literally also because my family's not ignorant, what I had learned, like say in '83, the jokes and even comedians, you know, you can get HIV and da 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 from whatever, just and so. But like I said, we was already taught about needles because in New York, maybe not in Queens, but they were teaching all the kids in every borough about the needles that's on the playgrounds. Don't play with them. If like this, like say this is a playground. Same as asphalt, it's the same material. You know, it, all that. So I knew about needles even before they was telling everybody HIV. Because that old school type heroin shit. The needles, shooting up needles, and the kids sometimes on playgrounds. I don't know exactly where, but in Brooklyn or something. And they fall and it's in their knee, a kneecap, needles in their kneecap because they got to play on playgrounds without fucking drugs and beer cans and everything else and wine bottles, broken glass and all that type. This shit. We didn't have to in Queens, but you know, as far as that, I'm getting off subject right quick, but I'm just saying, nothing really changed. And it wasn't supposed to change. That's why I'm like, how people, it's just like with the drugs. How do y'all get caught up? Like I said, ain't no, it's a superstition, knock on wood. But I ain't never had no, no, nothing, drip, anything. I never had herpes, anything. You go get checked. Like I said, I give Common credit. In the 90s, he had that commercial. It's beautiful to know. All right, we get it, dude. The hoes like you. Yeah, you're a sex symbol. But it was on BT. But it's like, you right, though. Just go get checked, period. Don't wait until you start dripping, you know. But either way, I don't, I'm like, how do you can't you, I ain't gonna go with that. But anyway, the only advice is just get it on the regular. Just for no reason. Don't mean nothing wrong with you, you know. But, no, okay, so, but as kids, in the early '80s, they really didn't put the word out how you get it. People, because I remember seeing on the news, I guess a gay guy got charged with murder. I don't know what happened to him, but this was on the news, regular news. This is the '80s. This was like New York news, whatever channel 2, and I was just watching it, and he, because he spit at the guard and spit in his face through the bars, and he was known as that he had it. And at that point, they charged him with attempted murder because they wasn't sure exactly how. And literally, the guard would have had to have a cut on his face, or had his mouth open or something. But either way, yeah, it's still an assault charge, felony, all that shit. Serious spitting on it. Don't matter if you're sick or not. Yeah, it's an assault charge, felony. Yeah, I think that should get some serious time. But not, attempted murder. But I was a kid. I'm just saying I remember. I don't even know what happened or if it went through. Then, you learn in middle school the actual, and everything they told us stayed the same. That unprotected fluids can transfer, that open wound, but it dies out in the open. Like if you got someone has it and they get cut and it drips on the or whatever, drips on the table. It dies in the air. You still want to clean it up, obviously, sanitize and bleach and disinfect it and all types of stuff. But it's unlikely. Like it is like really you would have to have an open cut. Like say somebody else got a cut and they got it, and you, even if you ain't got gloves on, you should be good. Somehow you just put your hand in. Oh shit. Unless you had a open cut on your hand, it was fresh blood. It's just like it would creep you out though. So anyway, though, Magic, he remember, but the conspiracy throughout the whole '90s and the 2000s, why Magic ain't get sick? They got the cure, but they just won't give. They only give it to rich people. And like as everything as we always see, even if it was just a murmur in the hood, a urban myth that they got a cure for HIV, and Magic got it, Look at him. He's a big time Democrat. So that's what everything is. Oh, but they won't give it to the black folks. Look who and every single time. And like I said, you can't lie. And then, I mean, at that time, we didn't care if he was a Democrat. We didn't know or care. I didn't know or care. I was in the military. I didn't know or care. Remember when he tried to come back and play? We didn't even think about Democrats or Republicans. I just said I understand, and we're all trying to be talk, not as just adults. Like, it's not like, ooh, cooties, we don't want to be around him because that's their friend. Even on they're in, not they're on different teams. There's magic. It's not that. It is a safety concern that it's just too dangerous. Basketball ain't full contact, but Magic a big man too. He played point guard, but he's also could be a forward or a center. As a matter of fact, that was kind of the fun playing with him on Bulls versus Lakers or whatever one on EA Sports, because you can switch them, to center. When you get tired, if you do choose the Lakers. Now I remember, but switch him out at center, or for he's a small center, but for but anyway. Down in the middle, they be banging, right? So, they get cuts and they get, it's like, nah, that's just too dangerous. It's not a contact sport, but still, it's like, nah. We all was like, nah, he shouldn't play. And it's not even, oh, we don't want to be around nobody with nothing like that. So, but anyway, so I'm talking to the conspiracy theories from back in the 90s and 2000, them type of niggas. Even if it is true, right? It was the Democrats who got it, and look who he's caping for. He's caping for the Democrats. He got his cape on tight for Kamala. I'll save the day.
30 years for Fisher Body. I'm here because I've known Kamala for over 20 years. Cookie and I supported her run for Attorney General back in the state of California, her run for Senator.
And see, he's telling right here he was a Democrat. He supported, whatever he known it in. See, that's what I'm talking about. So if they, I'm just telling the hood niggas, smoking weed, yeah, they got a cure for that shit. They got a cure for everything, cancer. They just want to keep you sick. It's all about that money, the almighty dollar. Them type of niggas. Yeah, you still gonna vote for Democrats? He's sitting here telling you he know. And then she was putting niggas in jail for weed. Literally the same niggas who was philosophizing about him buying the cure. And it's not they, because everybody, look at him. He don't look sick. He's healthy. He ain't skinny. Because in the 80s, remember somebody was skinny, all of a sudden they smoking crack, or either they got HIV, something exactly. It's like, see. So and then he helped put all y'all niggas in jail. He supported putting all y'all weed smokers that Kamala laugh about. So look it up. Everybody got that clip too, where she laughs about. She smoked weed, but she put all them niggas in jail for doing the same thing. And not just jail, prison, long time.
And now we support her as the VP, but now the biggest moment for all of us. November the 5th, we have to do all we can to elect Kamala Harris as the next president of the United States. She wants to build up the middle class, and I know something about the middle class because I come from a middle class family.
They all do the same. Her Kamala walls. That's the weird shit. That's everybody every like when they're getting questioned, and now you see Magic doing the middle class. How come we just remember Kamala? Well, first of all, everybody's like, well, what are you gonna do exactly do to fix the economy, the border? Well, first of all, I come from a middle class. What the fuck does that have to do with my gas bill, my car? What does that? It's like, no, the president ain't supposed. No, the economy's supposed to be better. Interest rates lower, gas cheaper. When things are cheaper, like they're supposed to be, you can afford to handle everything yourself. We don't want them to take care of it for us. We want it like Trump, put the economy back together.
My father worked 30 years for Fisher Body.
and look at the people in the audience at this Democrat rally. They just clapping like, oh yeah, all these talking about it. Okay, man, we know you wasn't rich. We might not know the exact. Do they have a magic movie? I'm talking about from way back in the day, in the '90s or something. But nobody thought you was rich, man. Nobody thought it is you niggas in the '80s, Jordan, the '70s. Dr. J wasn't rich. Lottie Divat wasn't rich. He had to come from Russia or wherever, Croatia or wherever. Yao Ming, I'm pretty sure he wasn't rich. He escaped communist, you know, freedom in his camp, freedom. Yeah, I'm pretty sure y'all niggas wasn't rich. So why you gotta say that? Oh, that's all you got. When except for the fact that you helped put Kamala in power. So you showed up and did what you doing now 30 years ago, and got a lot of niggas arrested. Oh, okay, that's what we hear, Magic. That's all we hear.
When I turned pro, I thought that was going to be the greatest moment in my father's life, but it wasn't. The greatest moment in his life came when he finally owned his own home.
Is it like a soundtrack or something like that? Because it seems like
Like a '80s, them '80s. There was y'all youngsters might not know. It's called the laugh track. He said soundtrack, canned laughter. I didn't even think that. When I was a kid, they used to the women. They used to hate that shit. Them shows with laugh tracks. I can't tell. Some because some shows you can tell they it's safe filmed in front of a live studio audience, not just saying that live, but I'm talking about the old school. When it was funny, but certain comedy shows. I think Fresh Prince was live. Uh, but it's a lot of shows you could tell it was fake because it wasn't even funny and it's a fast laugh track. They just and everybody was like, I hate them. It's canned, yeah, canned, like in a canned laughter. That's what they call it. It's canned laughter. But that's not laugh, but it's cheers. Canned cheers, fake cheers. They got a DJ. But they just cheer, yeah. They cheer because he said, I remember my dad worked at Fisher Body. Yeah, I mean, that's how good we love Fisher. But y'all, hell, your boy Obama then destroyed most of all the Regals and Cutlasses and everything else. There's no more Fisher Bodies, or if they are, they charging out the ass for them because you destroyed them all. The cash for clunkers, Obama. There's no more Fisher Bodies.
it's a pause and then it's like a sign or something like that. Hey, applause or something like that. I don't know what that is, but we'll see.
What does Kamala Harris wants to do as president? Put millions of Americans in their own home, give them $25,000 to start them off to be homeowners. That's very important. Then she wants to also have more small business owners. And she's going to help them out by giving them $50,000 for startup new small business owners, tax deduction.
I don't know if y'all know how tax deductions work, but it's not just free money. Like Magic Johnson, with him being as business savvy as he is, it would seem that he would stray away.
Yeah, he would know that, right? I remember everybody was talking about the Magic Johnson theaters way, even over here in the South. It was because he was black, and that, like they was all saying, it's good. At that time, we thought it was a good thing that instead of buying a bunch of cars, an athlete bought, Burger Kings and his movie theaters, and you know, didn't he buy Burger Kings also in the Magic Johnson Theater? So we thought that it was. See, you ain't got to be a community active. That's what it's like. Magic. That's weird. He did something that really is because everybody was talking about it. The drug addicts, the drug dealers, the kids. Everybody's talking about it. That's inspirational. Not no community activist telling you can't do anything. And he didn't have to come and do a nationwide tour through the hoods telling the word hit the street. It was on the news. We didn't even have the internet like it is now. We had the internet, but not like it is. Dial-up was still around. All that shit. So everybody was spreading the word on their own. Oh shit, the Magic Johnson. I thought they was gonna build one in Birmingham. It was. The word had got around, but I guess it got scrapped because he was gonna, I guess, franchise his movie theaters. But so that's another thing. But see, this we don't need the activists. The activists just going around telling you can't make it because you black, and and that's it. The white supremacist gonna get you. The boogeyman coming to get you.
From the typical talking point, so that because when people just hear 50 grand, $50,000, you don't just get $50,000 for starting a new business.
And niggas know that. Seriously. This is, well, at least niggas I know. Street niggas, you do not have to explain to them that much. But they don't care. That's the thing. Yeah, exactly. They just gonna flip it. And da. Especially, but they know about taxes. Shit, they coming for you. They know that. Because they can get regular people just like Al Capone. They can't get you on your drug charge. They can. You ain't pay taxes on that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Because they gonna brag about it. Because it's like a badge of honor. They couldn't get me any other way. Cause that's it.
Like, number one, the first thing that we have to ask ourselves is, where are they getting this money to give first-time homebuyers $25,000, which will then be baked into the cost of purchasing a home? Meaning that the builders or whoever it is that's selling homes, they're just going to increase the price in order to ensure that they can capitalize off of the fact that the federal government is fumbling the bag and they don't know how to manage money. Number one. Number two, where are they going to get all of this money from? I'm just asking. Where are they going to get all of this money from? We'll get there. Sell out. I had kind of sort of lost there. Money, number one. Number two, where are they going to get all of this money from? I'm just asking. Where are they going to get all of this money from? We'll get there. Sell out. I had kind of sort of lost respect for Magic Johnson just based off of how it is that his son is moving. But you try to separate.
I forgot about the son, but the rest, that's what he say. Everybody forgot about it. That's the whole point. Ain't no movement. We don't have to. You don't have to like him or dislike him. It's like he's not. Okay. It wasn't nothing to protest about or not fuck with Magic about. But the reason is he really wasn't a celebrity like that. Magic. He owned it. He just go to the games and do his business. But like I said, it was his theaters, and technically, that's what I'm saying. That is what you needed to see: more athletes or whatever doing stuff like that, and not trying to be gangsters or whatever. And that was, give people inspiration, and nobody was like, oh, you got to be, and yeah, everybody, that's the first thing they gonna say. That nigga got that bread though, he can do that. But it's like, I'm trying. Nah, you can work your, maybe not the Magic. It's like, why would you? I wouldn't even want a theater. To me, that's like too much. Like, what the fuck you want a movie theaters for anyway? But still, that was inspirational, but.
Who they are on the basketball court.
But like I said, the son, most people forgot about it. That's what I'm saying, is that the all that shit, nobody cares. It's like they want everybody to be so focused either against. That's what they want. They either wanted you against it or for it. But everybody naturally was like, had to make themselves forget about it. You just literally, if you clicked on it, you read it like, oh, that's Magic's son. And that's about it. And nobody was, wasn't even at work. Oh, did you see Magic's son? It's just over with. That's how it's supposed to be. It's just something you just read and forgot about it.
From a business perspective to how it is that they project or how they promote certain lifestyles in front of you, it's amazing.
She's smart. She's strong. She's passionate.
They're talking to us like kindergarten.
Nobody's going to outwork her. She's committed to you as the people of the United States, the people of Michigan. She's committed to you.
We didn't start seeing Kamala Harris here in Michigan until they started hitting the campaign trail. Outwork her? They didn't even get down to the Hurricane Helene situation until a couple days after Trump had already brought supplies. All of this is just talking points for Magic Johnson to sell out the black community just like every other celebrity, because they're friends.
She's going to be a president for everybody. And the one thing she's going to do is finally unite us, bring us together.
Well, she is doing that. She's a nice. We said that with the lies about Trump years ago. Said Biden was finally doing that. Biden was, he's bringing more and more. Not all of us, but he helped bring more and more people together because everybody was against him. Not everybody, And so that's the only thing he's saying that isn't a lie. He's like Magic's like, she gonna bring us all together. Yeah, she is against her. And vote her ass up out of, yeah, bye. She done. It's like these folks are crazy if they think
Other party is trying to tear us down.
how's the other party how are we trying to tear them down? How we try? They never say how. They just said we're trying to tear them down. How?
Like a soundtrack. It seriously is like a soundtrack. Like they cue the booze.
And I gotta say this because I'm back home. First of all, let me congratulate your Tigers. I grew up a Tiger fan.
No substance.
So I'm hoping that
No substance here.
your Tigers beat my Dodgers for the World Series, okay? But we have 32 days. That sound familiar? Somebody wore number 32. You know who that is, right? Until November 5th. Now, we can't take anything for granted. You've been working hard, but we need to work harder. We got to call people. We got to knock on doors after and before church. Not during church, but after and before church. We got to rally people, talk to them. Now, there's a lot of black men in here, and I don't mean to, not talk to other people, but this is important. Our black men, we got to get them out to vote. That's number one. Kamala's opponent promised a lot of things last time to the black community that he did not deliver on.
How didn't he? He did way more for the black community
than any of presidents since Lincoln. He's like, we're not gonna argue with you, But all I say is we got 29 days now. Then you really find.
4 years, and we've seen over the last 16 years in which Democrats controlled the White House for 12 of them. You know what we've seen over the last 3.5 years? Neighborhoods completely being ran over. Crime just running rampant and out of control inside of urban communities. People basically being disenfranchised. You being replaced as a voter block. Guys being basically leveraged as collateral for us to continue to lean into this feminist movement. That's what I've seen. I've seen men absolutely get destroyed. And you see how they continue to separate us from each other by saying black men, meaning that we supposed to follow women to the polls instead of leading our families.
Mm-hmm.
I have zero respect. I've lost completely.
I mean, I don't see how y'all expect it, but it's it's not a diss. What I'm saying, I mean, we've been seeing it. We might not even know the word for it. Some of us decades ago. I guess some of y'all they didn't target like maybe like him. You know, he probably a college grad. Da da da. You know, nah, that's good. He's you know that's why I listen to him, right? But because he's not just I'm an educated Democrat Negro. He you know and what it is, I think like him, they probably left him alone because they thought they could handle him. And I don't even think he had to lay low. They just really underestimated him, and people and see they came hard for me because they knew for a fact I wouldn't listen to him at all. But it's good that people like him, they left him alone and let him you know gather, and he has uh, a nice lifestyle. I'll just say it is whatever that's good for us because he could tell us things that we don't know because he didn't seen it or whatever. And so he has his reasons like we all do, but he didn't see what we saw, and no offense to him, he probably saw people like us that they sabotaged everything and thought it was just us. It was just we couldn't hang and da da da. Maybe we still trying to think we in the streets, this and that. And no, it was this whole communist sabotage, effeminate feminist communist. And it is. It's not. Everybody knows now. It's not a conspiracy theory. And that's the good thing. That's the good thing. It's all out in the open, and there's only a few stragglers who can't be deprogrammed. That and it really don't matter because it's not a lot, and it's not a lot enough. It's not enough of them. But we just like we all say, just like the first time. Oh, matter of fact, there's a video I want to show. I gotta find it because so that won't.
Respect for Magic Johnson. Used to be the number one point guard.
Oh, he said Magic Johnson. Okay, okay. Now that's see, I cut him off, but yeah, he said, yeah, me too. I did just now. I mean, I saw another video yesterday. I ain't say nothing about it, but say, but like Steven Jackson and what's his name? I saw his story too. The other one, the co-host of this show. I never really watched their podcast. Matt Barnes. And, his story was like realistic. That nigga hard, right? Because it's all of especially by the late '90s, all of from the hood. All of them, the ones who made it to the NBA. But his story was only I saw his documentary, a short documentary. And see the way y'all when I say that, that's totally different. I don't care, and they know it too. They know y'all by now. Y'all know exactly what I mean. But if you see because the matter of fact, that's why he was the one on that podcast last week. He was the one asking really the tough questions to Kamala. He still was like, haha, yeah, da da da, being Democrat respectful, but but he still like he really wasn't. He's the yeah, and she couldn't have an answer because he was the ones, and both of them kind of like, what you gonna do for the economy? They wasn't even like black people. They're like for the economy. But yeah,
Curry and Isaiah Thomas.
And we got to make sure we help black men understand that. So that's why I'm here, to make sure I help black men understand. First, get out and vote, and then vote for the next president of the United States, Kamala Harris.
Message for us black men.
listen, yeah, they didn't know they was how they was sabotaging and destroying it. But yeah, they got to take it full force now. Because really, they didn't like we know they didn't expect Trump to win 2016, and they just got to cope. They had to go full force now. It's like, oh, they plan is fucked up, and come out with the dumb shit. And they just basically it's like, you know how you seen in the movies, an action movie, and then they got an untried technology. You know, it's a sci-fi movie, sci-fi action. It is untested, and so we got no choice. Uh, Everybody, hold on. The professor said don't use it. We have no choice. There, whatever. Maybe it's a space movie or whatever, or whatever it is. It's a new invention, and he told them don't touch that shit. But they ain't got the, it's a movie. And he got the guts, and he's because basically they're gonna get killed anyway if they don't hit that whatever, and it shoot, and it works. And really that's really at the beginning of the movie. So now they can use it. It's been tested. He might even get chewed out when he get back, that type of shit. But what I'm talking about is the witchcraft and the brainwashing they thought was gonna work over the whole community, country or the world. Really, they had no choice. They, all that, like he said, all that if trying to belittle men, all men, Me Too, all that shit, all the movements was supposed to brainwash everybody, and they had no choice. They couldn't finish their psychological warfare, their psyops. They couldn't finish it. I mean, of course, all this is speculation. I'm just saying. And they had to pull the trigger on it, so to speak, on their when Trump won. It's by 2019. It didn't work. They didn't have the masses scared or brainwashed, and they had the shenanigan, the election.
She's for women's rights to make their own decision with their body. We gotta clap for that.
Freedom. Let's think about that message for a second. Freedom. What are you restricted from doing? That's all I want to know. What are you restricted from doing? What do you need freedom to do? One thing I've never worried about as a man.
Sacrifice. So just in the Bible. Devil worshippers sacrifice children, and other people are saying it. That's what they're doing, especially with these, even after being born, all that sacrifice to Moloch. They passed the children over the fire. Look at that verse. It's in old, yeah, they devil worshippers, demonic sacrifices. Is it? That's why they made all that stuff about political correct. Oh, it's the woman. Don't say that. She's going through a tough time. We ain't even talking about, SA victims or incest. Da da da. Just a regular old chick. Who basically, just a hoe. But a lot of that also, and you could narrow all that down just by raising your daughter, and you literally just telling her from a small age, hey, if somebody, I don't care who it is, if somebody touches you, you come tell me that. Because like I said, as a little boy in the 70s, we all had to learn that, even as boys, because like they say, nobody talk about the little black boys, and so we all had to learn that. You get your tail if they just whatever. You wouldn't even dare think about talking to a stranger or anything like that. And you ain't got to jump on them. It's just normal discipline for anything. Starts off, they 3 years old in the kid in the living room, and maybe about to pull something down. Because they three. And that's when you don't whoop them. You just give them no, so they know when they done something wrong. That's what all that is. So by the time they're getting older, sick, or even if they 5, but they work their way in. That's what I'm saying. They come up with all this stuff about making it so you won't think about just arming your kid with knowledge It's always, yeah, they're so slick. They're gonna work their way in and get to know your kid. And they're like, no, no, man, no, no. Your kid should not be that dumb to just go fall for all that. I don't care how. No, they should be. They should be more scared of you, even because if the person has to work his way to groom them, yeah, groom. That means it takes time. So when they should recognize the first time. No, I can't be here. I can't. Because they know they gonna get it. Even if they no, don't worry about it. You're not gonna get caught, and they might not get. But it's just that threat. I mean, that imminent that the fact that you could get a whooping should overpower any groomer. It should be no groomer on earth that overpowers the fact that you gonna tear that ass up. This is before they even get touched. This before they get touched. This is just the first start of the grooming. Hey, you can come and sit in my house, and no, no, I can't, or I gotta go ask. Exactly, I gotta go ask every time somebody. No, I can't. There's no making their own decision. First thing out of their mouth, shit, I gotta go ask. And that's the end of it. They see you're not raising your kids. Stay there. Oh, we didn't know. He groomed her. He groomed him or her. No, that's on you.
Is ever being put in a position to where I had to worry about whether or not I was gonna have a child out of wedlock, even get a disease for that matter, a STD or STI. Never had that problem whatsoever. I've never felt
Exactly.
like I've been.
Well, you see, as far as the ST, you see, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of us, I guess, because I really don't know. I mean, I think in my lifetime, but we don't share that info like that. Like 3 or 4 guys my whole life that has shared that. If it usually it is just guy stuff, but I think the reason is nobody really. I don't like what burning. They try to make that like it was a thing. Burning is not a thing. It's like who are y'all messing with? Or maybe we don't hang with them type of guys that. Hey, yeah, there's plenty of guys I know. Whatever. The kids out of wedlock, but that still don't mean you don't get STDs.
Restricted from destroying somebody except for destroying somebody else's life. Everything I had was intentional. Over 100 different forms of contraception and counting. I'm trying to understand, where is this restriction coming from? Where's this restriction coming from? Basically, they don't want to say freedom to continue to eliminate babies. They want to say freedom to choose what you want to do with your body. Interesting. This is a demonic party, bro. This is literally a
See, that was it. Demonic sacrifice. That is just plain sacrifice. All it is. But thankfully, their sacrifices are backfiring. It's not working. God ain't playing. It's like it's not the end because they're not nothing. It's not working. They just gonna suffer. That's it. It ain't the. I just don't think it. Nobody knows the time. Nobody knows. But I'm just. It ain't the end. Take a break. Give me some grapes.
Interesting. This is a demonic party, bro. This is literally a demonic party. Everything that they stand for is things that go against our humanity and spirituality, especially if you truly believe in God.
And that's the good thing. They keep saying, like Magic just said, before church, don't interrupt church. All that they all, then, like Letitia James talking about God bless. That was in 2018 when she's talking about she going after Trump. It's just like, this whole, all of them they keep saying is, but it says it. I mean, I think most of us sane people, it's like I just said about the whooping. That's what I'm feeling like right now. Like I don't understand how you can do that and play like that. God bless and it all that. I'm like, and these are devil words. See, they see stuff like we do. I'm not gonna explain it. I'm not gonna because then the pick and choose verses. Well, Jesus didn't know. I don't have to teach yourself. Trust me, especially nowadays with these churches being full of them people of any race, just Democrats. It's not even about, black folks. It's just all of them Democrats, white, black, yellow, Puerto Rican, green, orange, the Democrats, demonic. Teach yourself, you understand, and I'm not saying, what you can do. And what you're, just like what you was willing to try to get away with. But yeah, no, I'm saying I'm not trying to defend anything. I'm just like, I don't want to get you. Remember, I've been telling you, you don't know what you're doing. Just yeah, you thought you were spying on me. And you tried to do it and got fucked up. Yeah, I'm a professional. Do not try this at home. Basically, like the white YouTubers would say, do not try this at home.
Now, I'm about to bring her out because you came to hear her. You had some great speakers here. I see the UAW president. I was really blown away because
I don't want to hear anymore. Black people.
I mean, yeah, and it's not like we see they try to like when we do is like they know what they're doing is so just disgusting that we can't watch it. The lies they know it and they'll be like, see, you can't even, you won't even. It's like you're telling that is this like somebody just lying to your face, a person and they're lying. There's no way you can sit there and listen to it. It's not we're intolerant. Yeah, all that the games they play.
Listen, you have to think for yourself, make an informed decision for yourself, educate yourself. Don't just let nobody continue to. Don't stop letting these entertainers and these celebrities drive you to vote for their friends that don't necessarily have your best interests at heart. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Also, Teach Hanley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you.
Where's that other one? Oh, that's that blind. He was blind. That black guy, that light skinned dude or whatever. He got jumped on in New York. He used to be governor.
Young people who were getting out of hand. This was an incident where adults who were competent enough to know the difference between right and wrong and how far to go in a situation like that were involved. So we.
Now the only reason I'm saying this, again, this dude is legally blind. A former governor of New York State, and he just got jumped on by probably more than likely illegals or Either way, it don't matter. That's not the point. I'm not even gonna play it. You can look it up for yourself. You see the channel. He he's just sitting up there talking about it basically he's excusing it. Like, oh, almost like a bad 8-year old that's old enough to know, and you're just and everybody else is like, no, he need an ass whooping. You know, oh no, he's downplaying crime committed and said is that he's downplaying it because he has to. He got jumped on. Yeah, he doesn't see a crime wave. Spoken like a true Democrat. These folks, that's what we're telling you. They are crazy cult members. I hate to keep, using women as an example, but that is like a woman who keeps getting beat up by a boyfriend and she keep going back. If you keep going back to something's wrong with you. But at least with a woman, we all figure, hey, that nigga fucking the shit out of her. That's why, fucking and fighting. She like it. She can't. That's why you wouldn't want to date her after or not even that, not just him. When she do leave him, she gonna get another dude exactly the same way. She gonna fuck up your life if you ain't like her. You might be even better in bed than they are, but you don't give her the smack up drama. So yeah, she gonna fuck your shit up. But or dude who keep getting cheated on, and he keep going back to the same chick. Same thing. That's what these people are like. You see, he is a former governor and just got jumped on or attacked or robbed or whatever, physically assaulted. And he's talking about it ain't that, there's no crime wave and it's not, he's just following the Democrat. These people are crazy. David Patterson. Wait a minute. So 3 days ago, he said something about the mayor getting indicted. Former Governor David Patterson provides nobody's, and so he randomly gets attacked in New York City after he says something about Mayor Adams. I just noticed that. No, I'm just the timeline. Yeah, that's when he was. He was just attacked. That's when he was younger. He's old now. That's when he was young. That's now I remember him now. He was just attacked, but 3 days ago he said something about Mayor. He ain't been in the limelight. He ain't been governor for a while, so I guess he's just like what they call an expert witness. Well, this would have blah blah blah. And now he got boogered up. But now and then on top of it, it's like that's some mob shit. That's what we talk about. Democrats. He spoke out or whatever. Or maybe the little news people just called him. Let's call, I know David Patterson. I used to interview him, just say it, like a movie. The little reporter, I know ex-governor. Yeah, I used to interview him. I call him up, see if he want to, give his opinion. he gave his opinion, and the Democrat boys, they sent the boys after him. Oh, you gonna talk shit, nigga? You ain't got shit to say. No. Next time somebody asks your opinion is you don't have opinion. What I say? I ain't got no. Shut up, bitch. He kept they beat him up. And now he had a press conference talking about it. Did anybody? No. I'm surprised he ain't say he fell. Yeah. Oh no, I wouldn't. I fell down some steps. I'm clumsy. I just feel. I don't know. It says he spoke out 3 days ago and he was just attacked. That's his old picture. I remember that one.
We are following a developing story out of New York City. Former Governor David Patterson and his stepson are recovering after being attacked by a group of people near their home last night. Jessica Formoso with our Fox 5 New York team joining us now live with the latest as the information is really starting to come in, and we're getting some of that information from a spokesperson here. What is the latest? What do we know at this point? Because we have that video, but there still are a lot of questions.
Yeah, Josh, that's right. This assault happened right near their home here on the Upper East Side just before 9 p.m. We are told that they were walking in the neighborhood and then they somehow got into a verbal dispute with this group. Now, this group, we're talking about young people, 4 young men and a woman. Police say there was some verbal dispute that escalated into this attack. We're also told that the former governor, David Patterson, suffered injuries to his head and face. The stepson, who's 20 years old, suffered injuries to the face. They were both taken to the hospital. They have since been released. But of course, you know, the whole thing here is that it's not every day that we hear that a former governor is assaulted on the streets of New York City, right near his home, as he was just walking with his stepson at night, you know, doing their thing. It's unclear what that verbal dispute was, what was said to one another, but a police source tells me it appears that they did not know the attackers. We also heard from, like you said, a spokesperson from the former governor, and I'm just going to read this out loud here. Saying Governor Patterson and his stepson were attacked this evening while taking a walk around the block near their home by some individuals that had a previous interaction with the stepson. They suffered injuries and were taken to the hospital.
It didn't seem like the stepson think he a gangster too. Said previous, you know how they talk. They had previous words, da da da. So basically, he don't know what he doing and didn't want to back down. And your stepdad is literally half blind, you know, but he want to fight too, I guess. But now he's talking about, oh, it was nothing, you know.
We begin with that attack on former Governor David Patterson and his stepson. As police search for 5 suspects, the former governor tells Christy Kalishian exactly what happened.
It's really a fortune that it wasn't worse than it is.
Former New York Governor David Patterson recounts what police describe as a gang assault on himself and his 20-year-old stepson, Anthony Sliwa, the oldest son of Guardian Angels founder and former mayoral candidate Curtis Sliwa. Police say they're looking for the individuals in this video who allegedly 20-year-old stepson, Anthony Sliwa, the oldest son of Guardian Angels founder and former mayoral candidate.
What? Oh, now what the hell? Now the plot thickens. They should have had Sliwa as mayor instead of Adams, but they didn't want to vote for all the shenanigan New York elections. And so Curtis Sliwa, ex-wife, is married to the governor. I mean, the ex-governor. Damn, the plot thickens. I remember a few times when I was real little, you used to see some of the Guardian Angels on the trains. You know, and you know, it wasn't, you know, like celebrity shit, but they would, cause it was the 70s, so, you know, they felt, the women felt safer if there was one of them, you know, on the trains. Yeah, they would go to sit and, like, if, you know, y'all see it in the movies, you know, you can see through the trains. They would go sit in the car, you know, they take you know, the kids out, they go sit in the car with the Guardian Angels on it. And as a little kid, yeah, you did feel safer with, you know. But, you know, I guess I was about 4. I might have been about 4 or 3. I barely can, you know.
And former mayoral candidate Curtis Sliwa. Police say they're looking for the individuals in this video who allegedly attacked the two at around 8:30 Friday night. Patterson says it started when they were walking their dog Bella on 2nd Avenue near their 97th Street apartment, when Patterson says Sliwa saw 3 people climbing up a fire escape.
He admonished them that he was going to call the police. They came down. They had a...
Oh, so, okay, I'm glad I clicked some more. So the stepson think he's a guardian angel all by himself. And what he need to learn is don't say anything that you're going to call. Don't even say, hey, get from over there, da-da-da-da. Don't say shit. If you're going to do that, if you care like that, you know, just go call the police. Don't tell him that. He might have just thought he was going to scare them off. He didn't plan on calling the police, but he thought he was going to scare them. You know, that's the other white liberal with the dog. And he would. But, you know, he's one of my fans. But he just wanted to come by and let me know.
And that was the end of that.
But about 45 minutes later, the two went back out.
But that's still kind of, you know, he 18, little, you know, Like, bro, don't try to be no gangster or a good gangster. I know there's no such. I'm making that phrase up. It's like, but if you care like that, then just go call the cops then, and whatever. But don't tell them like that. And what you thought they was gonna do, you know. I mean, the 18, like I said, that's why I'm glad that when I look back, I'm glad I wasn't in New York. 18 and they doing whatever the fuck they just said they was doing. I said that. Remember I told you when I saw Juice, I thought that shit was so childish, even though it was Tupac in it. I'm like, even though they're actors and they're all of them are older than us, but they're supposed to be teenagers, right? And I'm like, but it wasn't even that, It's just the Juice was so childish to me. They were stealing and running and da da da. Nobody had a car. They wasn't selling drugs, nothing. But at least Omar Epps, he got to smash. I was mad about that. He got to smash one in Vogue, Cindy. But at least though it was one of us black niggas though. But anyway, instead of the light skinned, no, I was just, I wasn't mad for real. But for the most part, that movie, I was sitting in the chair like in the movie theater. They only got, I'm like, even though Tupac is our guy, realize, this our nigga. Why are they running from Bishop? Tupac, like they got this is only one. I'm like, with any of us, I'm sitting as we're watching movies progressing. Will we just let one dude scare us that we got to run from one dude with a raggedy ass 38? It's raggedy gonna jam or whatever. But then, like I said, I finally saw the reason. Omar Epps was on one of them shows, I think Math Hofstra or one of them. And, this is like a 3-year-old interview, probably like an 2022. And he was explaining that they thought the movie was lame too because the dudes had wrote it in the 70s when they were teenagers and they tried to update it. And they were saying they had to, update because the line was written in the 70s. So he was like, they was laughing because, the lines were jive turkey. And they were like, whatever, them 70s type lines, like Good Times or something. And it's like, the dude, the Omar Epps and all of them, they had to just, but they didn't rewrite the script. They just improvised, all of them. They just changed it to what they would say. So a lot of, I guess, Tupac lines, he just made them up on the spot but I'm like, that's why it felt so childish because in the 70s, all the 70s, the gangs, it was always, and also it sounded familiar of my family members when they were talking about their teenage years in the 60s and stuff like that. It was always like in the neighborhood, it was just 2 or 3 boys who were real bad. They had like a knife. They had like one knife and they terrorized the whole fucking neighborhood with a switchblade. I'm not advocating, the violence we went, the guns and all that, but it's just, that you get terrorized by 2 brothers with a fucking, this old Juice. I was sitting there like, he got one gun, y'all. You can't go buy another one from the same lady or whatever. Go buy another one. Anything. But, it's New York. But, and not only that, see the 18-year-old, the son, Sliwa's son, the guys are lame. Whatever they doing some childish shit. I mean, I'm not advocating selling drugs, but hell, get a job. You 18. It's more fun getting a job. That's where all the girls at, and now you got money and da da da. And you're supposed to be trying to get if they still in college, high school, shit, get a trade, something. That's what it's like. And I've been noticed this. This ain't just the Democrat shit, because Birmingham is Democrat, but I would just say it's different down south.
Patterson says it started when they were walking their dog Bella on 2nd Avenue near their 97th Street apartment, when Patterson says Sliwa saw 3 people climbing up a fire escape.
He admonished them that he was going to call the police. They came down. They had a kind of
a climbing up a fire escape to do what? Breaking somebody's house or something? Apartment, rather. The fire escape, breaking into somebody, stealing and robbing. That's what I'm saying. You see, down south, Like I remember I've been told y'all, I had to learn. We don't got fire escapes. Our apartments ain't that high, obviously. But you ain't breaking in nobody's house or anything, unless you pulling the kick door. You got guns in the first place, and But whatever. I'm not, that burglary shit. But that's what they want. They want no guns. They can't protect themselves. That's just stupid.
Argument, and that was the end of that.
But about 45 minutes later, the two went back out without the dog, and Patterson says the crowd grew, possibly recognizing Sliwa from the first encounter, and became violent.
And he was holding off as many other people as he could, but then it became 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, and he was knocked to the ground and dazed by the experience. I got punched in the face a couple of times, and I got punched on the shoulder.
They were both taken to Weill Cornell Medical Center. Sliwa needed 5 stitches on his lower lip and got a number of bruises.
What? I got punched in the face a couple of times, and I got punched on the shoulder.
They were both taken to Weill Cornell Medical Center. Sliwa needed 5 stitches on his lower lip and got a number of bruises.
And the thing is, you're not being manly. Just I took the punch for that's just dumb. That's just plain stupid. All of it is just the way they run in New York right now, and trying to downplay it. Well, let's see what he said 2 days ago.
Inside City Hall, where we are turning back to tonight's top story. Mayor Eric Adams was back in court today.
To you, and
I think they be wanting me to talk about shit. Why would what is this channel? They just put this in my recommendations. Spectrum News. So is that the Spectrum, the cable? And so they put this in my recommendations. And so this is him 3 days ago speaking out. And you can so maybe that's a stretch. But maybe they knew the little boy would say so. Yeah, they just went, they how they do stuff in front of me. They knew he was gonna say so. Or maybe that's not how it happened. Maybe it happened like I said, it was a threat because he said, I don't know. I'm just
run the governor's office and also defend myself in court. And that's why I stepped aside. And if it happened again,
so something happened to him before. That's why he's not governor. I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
I thought I was being set up. So I thought that with them, and then we'll see.
Okay. Now, if he's saying
people really should look in the mirror before they start judging the mayor.
If he's saying that's why he got jumped off. I'm telling you. He's saying with a lot of it's because the mayor started talking about the illegal immigrants and that are going against the Democrats and Biden, and he spoke up. Okay, that's why I told you y'all been infiltrated. So he spoke up. That's what I figured he says. I was wondering what he said that they got him jumped on.
When some of them have been in trouble themselves, is that you don't want to be led
by some kind of arrangement, some kind of guilty plea that makes some of the charges go away and there's some admission of wrongdoing and the world kind of goes on. Can politicians do that?
Politicians can do that, and politicians have done that. But in the case of Mayor Adams, he is serving in such a high position. The mayor of the city of New York, sometimes it's a position, at least where the media is concerned, it outshines the governor. So you're really a number one, you're in a number one job. And pleading guilty, it means that every sentence written about you for the rest of your life is going to say he pleaded guilty. And if he believes that he's innocent and he didn't do anything wrong, fortunately, in our country, we have the provisions in our Constitution that presume innocence until he's proven guilty.
Yeah, well, I mean, right. In addition to, look, you're a lifelong public servant. You served for many, many years in the state Senate. You were a lieutenant governor and then the governor. You were also an attorney. But at some point, does it become untenable to actually try and get the job done, especially when, and this is something that you never had to experience, a lot of high-ranking commissioners and top aides are walking out the door.
It has to be an unenviable position for the mayor. And
now I don't care what y'all say. They wanted me to see that shit. I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna do a whole one. I was supposed to be doing something else. I'm gonna do a whole. I wasn't even gonna pay attention to it. I got my jokes in the comment section earlier this morning, but I didn't pay a total attention. So now I'm gonna get involved in the middle. I want to send their little people because I'm talking shit. It's like shit. Come on, like I said, this might be the answer. I keep saying it to my prayer. I'm gonna just start over another one.